Hi Scorpio, welcome back to the channel. It's me Anisa from the Inner Stereo. So today we're going to be looking at your love messages. It's a general reading, so the rules might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for the extended and personal reading with me. So, as usual, Scorpio, it's going to be a you-verse system format. We're going to be looking at your overall energy, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? So, your overall energy for the reading, you have the Nine of Pentacles. What is challenging you? You have the Judgment in reverse. I feel that at this present moment, your overall energy has a lot to do with you taking care of yourself a lot more. When we're talking about the Nine of Pentacles, we're talking about you putting a lot more focus on your money, on your financial freedom, your beauty, your health, and your routine. And I feel that this is what you guys have been focusing on. Now, with the Judgment in a challenging position, it tells me that your challenges here has a lot to do with putting an end to a chapter, to put some sort of a final conclusion of the whole situation. We're going to clarify in a moment, okay? Now, in the recent past, Two of Swords, the Sun from their side, from your side, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse, and you also have the Knight of Cups. I feel that there was a situation here that really charged you up emotionally. Somebody whom you love tremendously, and you feel the need to always be pouring your cup of love towards this person. However, with the Nine of Cups in reverse right next to it, tells me that you're doing it even though this person doesn't really make you feel good about yourself. You know what I mean? We're going to clarify. Now, from this person's side, they have the Two of Swords and also the Sun. And I feel that one of the reasons why you weren't feeling good about yourself in the past has a lot to do with you feeling that this person hasn't fully made their decisions or hasn't fully chosen you yet. Okay, there's something here that they need to decide and they haven't decided in the past, and that makes you not feel good about yourself. However, I see you still pouring into it, and your love that pours into them makes them very, very happy within this connection. So do they know that you love them? They do. Are they happy with the fact that you love them? Are they happy with the fact that, you know, you pour so much love into them? They do, because for some reason, your love heals them very, very much. Okay, but I do see you not being happy in the past. Now, in the present moment, this person has the Nine of Swords and also the World. I feel that at this present moment, I feel that this has a lot to do with that feeling when you have way too many options to choose, to a point where you're confused about the whole situation and you're overthinking things, right? And I feel that this person been prolonging the choices or the decisions or the actions that they need to be taking to a point where it drives them crazy, because the more that you postpone things, the more anxious you're going to be about it. You know what I mean? And I feel that this is their energy in the present moment, and they kind of like want to put an end, not into the situation, but more so an end to this mental anguish that they're in the present moment. We're going to clarify, yeah? Now, from your side, you have the Empress and also the Five of Pentacles. I feel that at this present moment, like I said, in the overall energy, you guys are focusing a lot more on yourself, on your beauty, on your routine, your health, and all that. And now you're starting to pour some love into you. What's beautiful about the energy of the Empress is that it multiplies everything that is given to them. So I feel the need to strongly advise you, especially this week, Scorpio, to pay attention and to be really cautious about the energy that you're receiving from other people, and to filter out, you know, some bad energies as well. Okay, because with the Five of Pentacles, sometimes when the Five of Pentacles and the Empress is right next to each other, it could also talk about somebody who's having like a lot of burnout. Like, I give so much love, I give so much nurturance, I give so much, you know, to nurture. And I want to be manifesting abundance, but why am I always disappointed? It has a lot to do with what you're receiving. I'm going to clarify in a moment. Now, in the future, you have the Eight of Wands and also the Devil. From this person's side, they have the Page of Swords and also the Fool. I feel that this is more like a trauma bonded type of relationship where it does feed off that, when things are great, it feels exhilarating, it feels very passionate, it feels very interesting and exciting. But also at the same time, when things gets, and at the same time, not only is it passionate and also interesting, but it also stir up some sort of a not really good feeling emotions within you. Well, let's clarify, yeah? Because from this person's side, they have the Page of Swords and also the Fool card in upright position. I feel that this person would like to talk. Okay, there is possible stalking situations here happening as well. But I feel that this person would like to take a giant leap of faith into this connection. However, from your side, you're like the devil, like I don't know. Let's clarify, yeah? Let's clarify your reading, which deck I want to use. I think I want to use this one. Okay. So I want to clarify the Nine of Swords and the Empress in the present moment. Ace of Swords, Six of Swords, the Chariot. Let's see from your side with the Empress. The Temperance, the Two of Wands, and also the Five of Wands. Like I mentioned to you earlier, this person is really tired of a very constant postponing or procrastination, okay? They feel the need to, I want something certain and I want it now. However, I have a very different relationship with my any other deck. And the Chariot in this deck of mine is somewhat of a, I want to go to that directions, but I'm still kind of like checking around maybe to that directions as well. So there's still, I don't know, there's still this indecisiveness from what I gather from their energy. Now, your side, Empress, clarified by the Temperance, the Two of Wands, and also the Five of Wands, you have so many bottle up emotions. And what is tragic about this whole reading is that these things are clarifying the Empress, which tells me that you're giving something, even though you feel within you, things are not fair. If you're not careful, Scorpio, this could lead to self-erasure. Okay? Be careful, honey. Let's clarify the World and the Five of Pentacles. Because I think there's a part of you who's like, why are they doing all fine? Where I'm like dealing with a lot of inner conflict within me. Let's clarify the World and the Five of Pentacles. Five of Swords, the Strength, and also the Page of Pentacles. Let's see from your side. Five of Pentacles clarified by the Five of Cups. The Knight of Swords, and also the Tower. You're ready to end this all once and for all. Because I don't know if you in a physical sense, in a 3D, you're ready to let this go. But I feel that you, within you, is just ready to just get the Tower done, please. You know what I mean? Especially you have a lot of fives in your energy, and 5 comes after 4. Which means 5 breaks down the stability of the 4. And sometimes 4 is not really something stable. It could be something that we're familiar with. You could actually be around this relationship because it feels familiar to you. This is what I've been dealing with for the past month or for the past years or for 10 years, Anisa. I don't know who I am without this. Yeah. But there's a part of you, which is your intuition and all of that, who's like, let's just get the Tower over and done with. Please, Tower, come to me. Because I see you erasing yourself. I see you not owning your feelings. I see you not owning your voice I'm not going to say speak up, but things has not been fair here. And I see that. And there is a part of you also who feels a lot of compassion towards your past self. I can't believe I endured that. If I were to be revisiting my old self when I was dealing with that, I want to say this. There's a part of you who's also like that too. Ah, Scorpio. Okay. So the Tower from their side, clarified by the Five of Swords, the Strength, and also the Page of Pentacles. Now, if you want to repair a relationship with somebody, you have to be doing it with somebody who wants to, or who has the ability to actually repair. Because I feel that every time you bring up a situation in which still, don't feel good in you, there's this tendency from them to dismiss it altogether. Five of Swords is a very dismissing type of energy. It's like, no, it didn't happen that way. You're being dramatic. You're this, you're that, like somewhat classic Darvo sometimes, okay? And one of the reasons why they're doing that is because okay, from their mind, their justification is because I'm trying to avoid this tornado. But sometimes this tornado is supposed to happen to repair what is going on between the two of you. However, I feel that this person is not in the right mental space right now, or not in the right time to do that. So they would rather do what they used to do in the past as well. I'm going to avoid that decision. I'm going to avoid that action. I'm going to procrastinate here. Like, avoid at all costs, because I'm just trying to avoid a tornado. And I feel that, I want a tornado, because this isn't the way to live. This isn't the type of relationship that I want to be in, where I keep giving, but I feel that there are things within me that is protesting, and things just not been fair for me. Okay. So let's clarify the future here, Scorpio. I'm going to clarify the Page of Swords from their side and the Eight of Wands from your side. Eight of Cups in reverse, Four of Swords, and also the Queen of Wands. Let's see from your side. Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Tower. Things are very intense here, yeah, in a way that things have always been very roller coasterish. One time you're like, yeah, I believe in this, and what and then something happens and just hurts you so much. Now, from their side, I feel that they have this inability to let people in, because the Page of Swords in my other deck talks about somebody who has the inability to let anybody in because of the trust issues. Therefore, they need to always make sure that this person is a safe for them. And they usually do it in a very analytical and mental way. Sometimes it could be stalking. So you could be dealing here with somebody who's trying to figure out your whole, ancestors maybe, and your whole life history and your patterns to determine whether or not this person should let you in or not. And I think this person has been doing this very thing in a very long time. Because I feel that this person couldn't move on from you emotionally. However, I do feel that this person is also not acknowledging it. And instead, they're focusing on them. Now you, on the other hand, whenever they say that, like, I can't move on from you and like, it makes you feel like, okay, well, maybe this time it's different. Maybe this time we could build something different, right? And then you come up with your ideas. You want to expand this relationship. You want to turn on the wheels, and there they are with the Four of Swords. Like, you know what? I'm not really in the mood to talk about it. I'm not really in the mood to think about it. And again, that procrastination, that delaying of something it could be something small, but it matters a lot to you. And they're just procrastinating in doing so. Let's clarify the Fool and the Devil. So the Fool clarified by the Hermit, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. From your side, you have the Devil, clarified by the Star, the Justice, and also the Two of Pentacles. So in there, after a long time of considerations and them, reflecting and all that, they do decide to, eventually in the future, to, give some love towards the situation. Ace of Cups is a very emotionally charged type of situation where, like, I feel this way, so I'm going to do this to Scorpio. However, from your side, Star, you get what you want, right? Like them reflecting. But I feel that you, in the future, you have this hesitancies to allow them fully back in 100%, simply because, again, there's something here. There's a big, gigantic elephant in the room that is not solved yet. Just not solved yet. And you don't want this, you don't want to centralize this person's existence in your life like you did in the past as well. So I see you decentering them from your life because you're quite unsure about, what am I going to do with this? Let's pull some advice card here for you, Scorpio. I really want to know in the extent, like, if this person has any sorts of, like, permanent intention to be consistent. Let's see. The advice is the Page of Swords, the King of Wands, and also the Three of Pentacles. Okay, I strongly feel that the advice has a lot to do with you. By the way, this is the After Tarot deck, so it's going to be very different than the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. But I feel that you have been decentering them, or this person has been your whole world for a very long time, right? To a point where you could be questioning, like, who am I without this person? Who am I without the need to prove, without the need to, I don't know, whatever, to this person? And sometimes it's very hard, but I feel that you have done the small ways to decentralize this person in your life. And you should be proud of yourself, because the Three of Pentacles in this deck of mine is somebody who is kind of like quite reflecting back on the tough moments or the hard work that this person has been putting. And you need to be proud of yourself here, Scorpio, because you've come a long way from who you were in the past. You've learned your lessons a lot. Okay? And maybe now it may not be the perfect decision to do anything about it because you have the Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, any advice tells me that you're supposed to have more discernment when it comes to trusting a situation, but rather than being too obsessive in, like, should I trust this person, Anisa, and everything like that, you are centering them in your life again. Rather than doing so, how about you become the King of Wands? You just focus on yourself. Focus on the things that makes you very passionate. Focus on, revitalizing yourself and all that. Thus, making this, trust me, like, when you decenter somebody in your life, making a decision about them is a lot easier than when they're the center of your world. Okay? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Scorpio. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys have been looking for. And I'll see you in the extended. Bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.